Yesterday, I was talking about the impact of news articles and the media, how we're treated, racism, and there's been a lot of conversations that I've been having over the past couple of days with the press. As you can imagine, I've been approached by TV, radio, newspapers, and the most recent, I was approached by the Telegraph to write an article, and I was up for it because I was like, yeah, there's more that I want to say and there's more that needs to be said. And then this morning I woke up and I was just like, I'm exhausted. Like, I'm actually exhausted, and I'm not tired. I'm exhausted. I'm emotionally exhausted, and I just kind of felt like, I just said to my manager, you know what? No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing the articles. I'm not going on the TV to do any more interviews. I'm not doing any radio interviews. I'm not following this up with anything other because it's exhausting, and because I am saying the same thing that I was saying a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Like, I've never not been vocal about my experiences, but to me it's like, why am I going to the same places to say the same things over and over again? What am I achieving? What am I doing? And not only that, what is the impact on me? And I think it's important for me to mention this and to speak about this, like the toll it takes to get out there and speak up. And also when you realize that it's been I've already done this 10 times before. It's like, what am I doing? Why am I doing it? Why am I going to write an article for the Telegraph when they've printed one of their articles today? Don't ask me how I even came across this. Actually, I think I saw it on someone's story. Piers Morgan quits amid complaints made by Meghan Markle. The same paper that wants me to write an article is saying that Meghan Markle called ITV to sack Piers. Really? Really, Susan? And I've got to take my time to write an article for them, explaining to your people, why? I'm just not doing it, and I just refuse. And it's just kind of like, I'm just not doing it anymore. And I'm not going to say I will never ever speak, in public, because I'm sure something's going to happen again, and I'm sure I'm going to feel again as if, I've got a voice and I need to use it. But today I'm saying no. Today it's just like I'm not involved. I'm not involved. I'm not here to entertain. I'm not here to educate. I'm not here to do your job. Like, Google is free, fam. Google is free. There are books. People have written books. Like, why am I being affected and allowing myself to be affected in this way? I'd much rather call my friends and just, we have our little chats, and we know what's going on. And let me tell you the worst thing about it. I don't watch the news. I don't watch the news. I don't read the newspapers. I don't watch ITV. It's kind of like, there does come a point where it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing, Jamelia? Why are you doing this to yourself? And I kind of, as I said, I just wanted to kind of quickly kind of touch on, the actual emotional impact of doing this, of speaking up. And I'm not saying we shouldn't do it, but it's just like, this is reality, and I want you to see the reality. Do you know what I mean? I don't just say these things and walk away. I say these things and I hold on to them, and I question myself. Oh, I should have said that, or oh, they only gave me 4 minutes, but I have got so much more to say. And then a paper comes, and you're like, this is the opportunity. I can write a 1,000-word article and blah blah blah. And then after a while, it's like, but I could also say no and go and fry some plantain. Like, I could also just do that. Do you know what I mean? I could also go and sit with my kids and just chill and talk, and my husband's out of town at the moment, so that's the only reason I'm not mentioning him. He's incredibly supportive and on the other end of the line at all times. But it's like I have to go back into center myself, and it takes a while to center myself as well. I should have my own talk show. Do you know what? And I think that's one of the like real difficulties, is that I would, my working in TV, I didn't know it until I started doing it. It's actually a dream. Like, I love it, but I have to make a decision. I have to make the decision, like, do you want violence at the same time? And it's like, I just don't. I have to protect my peace above my dreams. And so, which is why I kind of do things like the table, and I have more plans to do more kind of presenter type things. And I kind of feel like even my YouTube channel, I still get to scratch that itch. And I kind of feel like if I can do that whilst protecting my peace, then to me that's happiness, and that's also success. So Amanda said, it's like you're the only person who they think can explain it. Why should you? Do your research. I think that's a really interesting point to make. So you have to, so as a Black British woman, you see the discourse, and it's kind of like you see it kind of starting to bubble, and then you see who they're calling to commentate on things, and then you start getting mad in your house, and you're like, you know what, nah. And then the requests start to come in, like, oh, would you mean, yeah? And it's like, there comes a point and you're just like, you know what, yeah, I kind of do need to say my piece, because who you're calling to come and commentate, and when I say this, for me, there are a range of people that they should be calling upon. But if you're going to call a royal commentator to come and talk about whether or not there is racism in the palace, first of all, remember that a royal commentator does not hang out with the royal family. So how you get your information, I don't know. But however you get your information, it's not going to be reported to you that, oh yeah, there was a little bit of racism today in the palace. Like, you're not going to get that info, are you? So a royal commentator is not someone who is in a position to speak about a person of color's experience. Like, it's madness. Even, to be fair, like, as a Black woman, yes, I have experienced racism, but it's so much more than that. And then obviously you get the whole Piers Morgan situation, and it's just like, I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to be involved, but you know what? I kind of have to, because there's too many people chatting was. So I have to say something. And then it's like, as you said, it's like they draw you out, and you're now a part of the foolishness. But like that, I saw the beautiful Michelle Gale on, I think it was ITV as well. I was actually on YouTube, but I saw it on ITV, and she's beside, I think she was beside the same woman, Camilla Tominey or whatever, and I'm just like, hey, it's exhausting even as a viewer. It's even exhausting as a viewer. And I also not like, I saw her breathing, like, I was just like, I feel exactly what you feel. And and you're just like, and I think it was kind of after seeing that interview, I was just like, you know what, you guys don't really want change. You want to be seen, oh, well, we've had a Black person on, a Black woman has come on and said something. And it's just like, you don't get the nuances, you don't get the importance of the conversation, and then you go on to the next topic. So now we're going to talk about, now we've got Mario in the kitchen, or whatever that man's name. Gino. Now we've got Gino in the kitchen making spaghetti bolognese. And it's just like, what? You couldn't make it up. You really couldn't make it up. It is actually like a joke. So Retro Soul Vibe says, Black women need to stop putting on the cape and trying to save the world. It's thankless and exhausting. Save and protect your energy. 100%. Like, as I said, there's a part of me that's just like, you let them dry you out again. Because I'm trying to do my own thing. Like, I'm trying to live independently of, this. But I'm also a Black British woman in a position to speak for Black British women. And it's just, so there's that kind of dutiful feeling of responsibility. And I kind of feel like even as I'm speaking right now, I'm kind of like, you know what, you need to focus on what you were doing anyway. Things like the table, things like creating platforms and spaces, and also just normalizing Black British womanhood. Like, we are so many things other than victims of racism. Like, we have created incredible spaces for ourselves that we can exist in safely, happily. I don't need to be commentating on what's going on in the palace. Like, it's a bit mad, I'm not gonna lie.